My name is Larnelle Garnie. I am an avid coffee drinker and a proud mother to lots of plant babies. I have lots more outside. I am originally from Zimbabwe, but I grew up in a little town called Okahanya in Namibia. Originally, I had wanted to do medicine, so way back when, that was my passion and that was what I thought I wanted, and then I realized I was queasy. But anyway, I didn't know this in first year yet. And so in first year I thought, well, you know what, I'm gonna just take human anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry, and then next year I'm going to reapply for medicine and I'm gonna get in. And then I remember listening to Professor Neil Ravenscroft. He is a professor in chemistry, and he said to me, well, he said to everyone, I felt like he was speaking to me though, he said that, you know, what happens if it doesn't work out? What happens if you don't get into medicine or engineering or whatever else you wanted to get into? What do you do then? If you're stuck with majors that you can't really do much with, or if you're stuck with majors that you don't really enjoy because you wanted to do something else. And I remember him saying, look, if I were you, I would take subjects that would allow me to change majors in second year, just so that you have more options. And so I took maths. I took MAM 1000, and that was the best decision that I ever made, because when I got to second year I had the choice of genetics, biochemistry, and chemistry, and I ended up taking biochemistry and chemistry, and that was the best decision I could have ever made, taking maths in first year. So the 4 subjects that I took were maths, biology, chemistry, and physics. And all 4 of them gave me quite a good basis for what I'm doing now. So biology taught me how to retain a lot of facts. You do have to do a lot of studying and memorizing. Chemistry taught me how to work in a lab. I never had that experience in high school because my high school was really tiny and we didn't even have a lab. Physics was more of a mind game for me. Physics was one of those subjects that I took because I knew I needed to, whichever major I wanted to take. And it wasn't necessarily a subject that I particularly liked, even in high school. I was definitely more on the chemistry side of things that I enjoyed. But it was a challenge, and I took up the challenge, and it taught me how to persevere. I remember I failed my first test in physics ever in my life, and I cried my eyes out. And it was that subject that taught me how to pull up my socks, just get down and do what I need to do. MAM 1000 taught me about proofs. I didn't know that was a thing until I got to university. But it also taught me how to think logically and how to go from one step to another and flow logically through an argument or a theorem. And I absolutely loved that, because in high school it used to drive me crazy that my teachers always used to say, well, you know what, it's that way because we say it's that way, and they never ever really proved why it was. So those are my 4 subjects, and those were the main skills that I learned from each one. And then finally, what about you? What do you want to do? That's the main question here. And my advice would be, take it slow, breathe. First year is usually a foundational level for everything else, and so, you know, build your foundation well. Make sure that you take subjects that will give you choices, perhaps. Some of you know exactly what you want. You know, in 5 years, this is what I want. In 10 years, this is what I want. And that's great. And there are some of you that don't know what you want, and that's also okay. That's perfectly fine. Both situations are fine. And I think that if you are in the second boat where you're not entirely sure, just make sure that you give yourself options at the end of the day. And I think don't take subjects at the expense of your mental health, but at the same time, know how far you can push yourself. It is going to be a challenge, and a great one at that, but you are in university now and it's going to be tough. But you got this. I believe in you, and I'm excited to meet you guys, and excited to see you in our tutoring portals, and hopefully one day when we go back to face, I'll get to meet some of yous. But yes, good luck everybody, and yeah, remember to take it easy, stay safe, and enjoy the ride.